Hey, what's up guys? It's Marv and welcome back to another Asphalt 9 video. Today we got some information regarding the next track, and this kind of came out of the blue. I was not expecting this, but here is a picture of the layout of the new track. Now, unfortunately, that's all we have to go off of. In fact, the Asphalt Twitter account said, "Can you guess these landmarks?" So that's really all we get, is this nice overlay and a blue theme and a bunch of pictures around the track layout. Now, there are a couple of things I want to mention because, of course, the community has had a bit of time to respond to this and speculate about what location this could be, and the majority seems to land on Paris. If you can see in the center of the track, all of those different routes converge on what looks like a roundabout, and a lot of people seem to think that it could be the Triumphal Arch, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, in Paris. And so some of the other landmarks to where the track could go off of include something like the Eiffel Tower and other famous things in Paris. Now, Paris is not a new track to Asphalt. In fact, there was a Paris track in Asphalt 5 and in Asphalt 7. So it seems like they might want to return to Asphalt. That was sort of a theme with some of the other tracks. For example, New York was advertised as a track returning to Asphalt after being absent for a very long time. And I really like that they're doing this, if this is a thing that they are doing, in fact. And I'll also put up gameplay of what the Asphalt 7 Paris track looks like, just so you guys can get an idea of what that looks like. But of course, there are a ton of cities and locations with a roundabout in the center. So I wouldn't hedge your bets specifically that it's Paris guaranteed. Like, I believe Berlin also has a similar feature with a roundabout in the city center. And again, I assume that there are a lot of other cities that have a similar feature. Now, what I can tell you is this is certainly not Los Angeles. I don't think Los Angeles has something like this. And I don't think a lot of American cities have roundabouts anyway. So at least we know that it's most likely not an American city, which is unfortunate because I really hope that Gameloft adds Los Angeles to Asphalt 9. I think that'd be really cool. But the only other concern that I have for this track is verticality. It's obviously hard to tell with just having an overview of the track layout, but I'm really hoping that the development team focuses on adding as many places for verticality as possible, because I think that's where Asphalt needs to take advantage of its own mechanics. Obviously, one of the biggest points of playing Asphalt is jumps and stunts, and when you have a track that's really flat, well, you don't have a lot of opportunity to take advantage of those game mechanics. So I hope that Gameloft keeps that in mind as, you know, they're developing more tracks. I assume this is already pretty close to finish now that they're even talking about it publicly. And the other thing I want to mention is that the track actually looks pretty darn good in terms of straights and corners. It seems like there's a pretty good mix of both. Now, if you look at the roundabout, you can see that there are some nice 90-degree bends that are very sharp. Hopefully the actual geometry of the track is less sharp than that, because sharp corners and stuff like that in racing games is often not very good for gameplay. So I assume hopefully the geometry will be smoothed out a bit, so corners are just easier in that location. And there does seem to be quite a bit of awesome little shortcut tracks and locations in this layout, which is nice to see. But it really depends on the scale of this track. Obviously, if the scale is a lot bigger than normal, then this track would be very good for top speed oriented cars, because there are a lot of portions of this track that look like pure straightaways. However, if this is a smaller, more condensed track, then those straightaways are obviously not very long, but those corners are even sharper, and we just don't have the information about the scale of this track. Anyway, guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about this track layout. Do you guys think it's Paris? Do you guys have any other ideas of what city or location it could be? Let me know, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later.